What's up, guys? I have been seeing a lot of posts on the Facebook page about snorkels, and I told somebody I was going to do a video on mine because mine's running pretty good with it. I've been on probably about 4 trips, 4 big rides with my snorkel. I hadn't had an issue out of it yet, so I was just going to do a quick video showing y'all what I did, and hopefully, man, y'all can do the same thing and get your bikes running. Now, mine is a 2001, and it is completely stock performance-wise, so I don't have an exhaust on there, like aftermarket exhaust. Mine's completely stock. No jetting, no nothing. So this is how I did mine. I did it all in 1.5" ABS, which I think Home Depot is probably going to be your best bet. Y'all have to look for it. I don't know if any plumbing shops will carry it, but it is ABS, so it's black. Where I started was I've got this 1.5" Fern Code 90. They call them Fern Codes. It's just a rubber boot. It comes off. There it goes right here where your stock stuff was. Hooks up right into the box. I didn't run a piece in here. I was going on a ride the next day, so I did this kind of quick. I was going to run a piece in here and probably bring it out, probably about 1 inch, just to give myself a little bit extra measure on not leaking, because I don't know if y'all can see that. This lip that comes out that your stock boot sits on for your intake doesn't go on there very far. It's got to be probably 3/4 of an inch out. So what I did was I just put black silicone. I'll show you right here. It is the Loctite 598. It is the RTV black silicone. Stuff works wonders. So go to your Napa, ABC, wherever y'all go, O'Reilly's Auto Parts, they should have it there. And man, I lapped it all around all of my joints. So I've got it on the carb right here. I've got it on this vent coming out of the top of the carb that goes in here. I mean, I put it right here on this joint. It is on this boot coming in. I've got that black silicone literally everywhere that I can have it. But coming out of that 90 right here, just got a short piece, and got another 90 right here coming off this way. Now, this is your crankcase vent. You can also get this at like ABC or anything. Just take your stock hose up there, because I'm not sure on the size of this. I think it's 7/16 fuel line, maybe like a heater hose, but just take your stock one up there and look at your inside diameter, just to make sure that it'll, fit on this little joint that comes out of the head right here. And just match it up the best you can. Mine did good, so I've got black silicone here too. Of course, you can see all the black silicone right here. This hose I had ran up to the top of the snorkel for the first 2 rides that I went on. I just did this before the last ride. The only reason that I went into my snorkel was if anybody is running theirs up their vent line or up the snorkel, I started getting a lot of like build up liquid in it, and it kind of freaked me out the first time I heard it, because it sounded like I could hear something gurgling, and I was in the middle of a hole the first time I heard it. So of course that was when the exhaust went under and everything kind of got quiet, and I could hear just something bubbling, and I was thinking like, oh crap, man, got water inside my vent or inside my snorkel. But it wasn't. It was inside the vent that was coming off the crankcase. And I'm assuming because it was so long coming out of here and wrapped all the way up through and coming up, I don't know if it's pressure related or what, but I was building up a lot of condensation. Now, I would just take it off every now and then and just empty it out. So it wasn't that big of a deal, but I posted on the Facebook page asking about it. Some guys like, well, man, just put it back in your snorkel. Stock, you've got a piece that comes from here and goes to the air box. And made a lot of sense after that. Never had an issue with it like that. So I went back here. This is just like a 1/2 inch. You can go into the plumbing aisle at like Lowe's or Home Depot. This is like a PEX fitting. I drilled just a 1/2 inch hole into my pipe, kind of threaded it. I have a 1/2 inch ease out or thread or whatever you call it, and I threaded it up good as I can, put some Teflon on it, and of course you can see I've got the black RTV everywhere. So last ride, I just hoped for the best. Took my box off when I got to the house just to check it for S's and G's, and I was completely dry. So that's the way to do it, just coming off that short piece. Now this is what everybody has been asking about. I've got an 1.5 inch ball valve. All of this came from Home Depot. You can find this in the plumbing department. This 1/2 inch ball valve, since mine is stock and I did not want to put a aftermarket exhaust on it, didn't want to have to deal with the jetting. This 1/2 inch ball valve works wonders. Took me probably about 5 or 10 minutes of riding to get this thing completely dialed in. I let it completely warm up, gassed on it pretty good, came to a stop, let it idle, and just slowly turned this in and out just a little bit until the bike just, was not popping anymore, started running great. Man, that is the way to go. Everybody on the Facebook page, this is not my idea. I got this from somebody else, so I'm not going to take credit for that. But anyways, yes, 1.5 inch ball valve. If you're just stock, do it. You won't thank me, thank somebody else later for it, but that's the way to go. So after that, I got the 90 coming up, got a 45. I don't know if y'all can see that. Goes up just a little piece. I used to do some plumbing when I was younger, so I have knowledge on pipe fitting, which, it's not hard. It's not the hardest thing in the world. You can figure it out. Just sit out here and play with it. And come up, so there's another, can't see down in there, but it's another 90 that comes right here. Just drilled me a little hole right here in my plastic. Come up with another 90, come up 45, and just got this piece right here. The diff vents. So this right here, I also took, matter of fact, I've got it over here. This is, well, that works because the tag is, let's see if I can get it off here. This is vacuum hose. I don't see it, but it's 5/16. 5/16 vacuum hose. And not seeing any markets, but this hose, the hose I've got, all my vents came from ABC Auto Parts, where I am. They had everything. I just took my hoses that were off of it, went up there, got the size that I think needed to go on there. I've got, it was fairly simple, just taking the stuff up there and walking around back and finding your hose. Right here, I think this was the only difference. So this is the overflow coming off the bottom of the carb. You can see it. I've got it. There's that little clip right there. It comes off. Just got a check valve. Also came from ABC. I don't know. Bike's not running bad. Bike runs great. So I'm not sure if this is actually working yet or not. I don't know if I have an issue to where my carb is overflowing, but that's what I did. Like I said, I've been on 3 or 4 rides now with this thing on here. Probably a total of, and probably close to 10 hours on the bike since I've put my Snorkel on here. Haven't had an issue. That is about it. So just 1.5 inches all the way out, and black RTV everywhere. I did on my box, I put black RTV around this. In the past, I used to have a Grizzly. I straight just gooped it on the Grizzly, and it was hellacious to get the thing off when I needed to do something. So I put just a little layer in there and cleaned it really good with some rubbing alcohol. Got it clean, and never had any issues. I've had the water up to the tank. I mean, everything, motor and everything, has been completely submerged. And the coolest thing about it is I did not expect this thing to idle underwater, but it did. This setup that I'm running, 1.5 inch with the ball valve to get the bike running right, I mean, does wonders. This is a pretty neat bike. So this is for everybody that wanted to know about the Snorkel. Hope this helps y'all out, and y'all enjoy, man.